Day fans, we are telling you this all the time on the show. You can find your decor inspiration everywhere, including a favorite TV show. Kimberley Seldon, everyone. Let's talk a little bit about this.
Hi, everybody. Hi, sweetie.
So good to see you.
How good to see you and to talk about one of my secret little obsessions, which is the TV show Scream Queens.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was around in the 80s for those original slasher films, like with Jamie Lee Curtis, and we love them. And so this is kind of a campy takeoff of that.
I love that. So we want you to take a look at the opulent sets in a show City broadcasts called Scream Queens. Take a look.
It was clearly a ruse so you could sneak back into the house and kill number 6. I would never, Chanel.
I am in charge here. Need I remind you that there's a curfew on this campus and this house is already on Dean Munch's poop list. What do you think is going to happen if she catches us all out checking every closet and killer's there to find Zayday?
And the name of my future perfume is Revenge. Remember, I want candles in every jack-o'-lantern!
You can actually watch brand new episodes of Scream Queens every Tuesday night, and it's only on City, so we can get some of the joy. But you took a look at the show and you thought, I love the decor aesthetic on this show.
Oh my gosh, the sorority house is where we took our inspiration from. So these sorority girls are living the life. I went to a sorority. Our house wasn't quite this nice, but it's super Hollywood Regency. It's that real glamorous, you mentioned, kind of light and bright and airy.
Yeah.
Grays and pinks, a perfect combination. I think the wall color is Misty Blush. And then lots of bling, because it's girls who are having fun and they're out doing all kinds of things they shouldn't be doing, which is kind of how university life is, right?
That's what it's all about.
But the setting I just love. So we started with this beautiful sofa from LT, and it's got tufting, and that was inspired by one of the bedrooms that has a high tufted headboard.
Ooh, nice.
Very formal. When you get into tufting, you're creating something that feels kind of formal. Also, when you're talking about the height of the sofa arms, when it's a one arm height all the way around, it's called a tuxedo style, and that also feels a little bit more formal.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, one cushion. You'll see there's no seam in the cushion.
I like that.
It's clean, it's tidy. However, if you live by yourself and you're the person who has to fluff the sofa, it's very heavy. So keep that in mind, but I really do like it. Fewer lines to mess with. And then lots of florals, because girls will be girls even when they're out slashing people. Because that's just how we are, right?
Still girly.
Just how we are.
But it's a little bit moody, though. I mean, the drama, you've got some drama in these florals, which is really nice.
Yeah, beautiful swivel chairs. We're seeing more and more swivel chairs that are very affordable, which is great, because 15 years ago, if we wanted a swivel chair for a client, it meant custom.
Yeah.
And again, just LT off the floor, which is great. Carrara marble coffee table, and a mix of shiny silvers, you know, shiny things that attract your attention, whether that's the dramatic crystal chandelier or beautiful golds and silvers on the table like we have here.
Yeah.
And then you also see in the backdrop of the set lots of curves. So in the Hollywood Regency style, you might see these beautiful, dramatic kind of sweeping curves.
Which is strange, because Hollywood doesn't usually like curves.
Yeah, right? Not anymore. They
Maybe
used to.
in the decor.
Think Jane
And
Mansfield,
they used to.
think
They
Marilyn
used
Monroe.
to.
They used to like curves.
Yeah.
But what's interesting on the set, and you do have to be careful when you're taking inspiration from a set, they use a lot of curves. And so psychologically, you're a little thrown off by that. There's some odd angles. And it's something to keep in mind as you're thinking about buying a new home or building your own home. When you get into quirky angles and odd things in corners, psychologically, it unnerves you, even if you don't know it consciously.
Oh, interesting. Is that part of this? Is that part of Hollywood Regency?
No.
Or is it just part of the show
It's
to sort
part
of throw you off and keep you on the edge of your seat?
So when you know you're in the sorority house, even if you're not consciously aware of it, watch how many curves and angles there are.
Cool.
You're kind of on the edge of your seat, like something odd's going to happen here. Yeah, and then those beautiful geometric shapes. This carpet, also from LT, spectacular representation of that classical Hollywood Palm Springs. You would see this pattern in Palm Springs on all the walls and stuff like that, and then you see it again mirrored and mimicked in the bar cart.
Very nice.
You got to have a bar cart.
That's very
if it's
important.
A sorority house. We were not allowed to drink in our sorority house.
You weren't?
We were not allowed. You went to the fraternity houses to drink, and we also had other rules.
At least you found a spot.
I mean, I heard people went to the fraternity houses to drink. That's what I heard. We also had to have one foot on the ground the whole time. So if there were...
Was that a rule?
That was a way to keep the men and the women from doing whatever they'll do. So but it's crazy what you could do with one foot on the ground. is what you learn in sorority.
Show us any of that?
Did I just say that live?
You did.
Okay, then we're off, aren't we?
That's why we keep inviting you back. back, right?
I love it, yeah.
Gorgeous. I want to hear more about your university experience during this tape.